welcome to another episode here on Youth Conversation Corner podcast. As usual, I'm your girl, Yanko Kalulu. So today we'll be discussing about So welcome. Firstly, you should introduce yourself.
I'm Miriam Tsongwe, a nurse here at Queen's Central Hospital.
So now let's start discussing about today's topic. So, witness, what is early marriage to you?
Okay, early marriage are marriages that are under 18, and often they are forced or maybe arranged. Because somebody somebody is either forced into that marriage, or maybe because of pressure that she has, maybe to fulfill her own dreams of maybe financial problems.
So what do you think are the common reasons behind these marriages?
Okay, as I have already said, maybe it is pressure, or maybe poverty. And
about pressure, I think it's pressure from friends. Because no friends I'm also need, so it's true.
Sure, maybe the families also can be the common reasons why people often go to early marriages. Families, for maybe pressures because of other problems that the family are facing. So maybe the family will be like, just go into marriage. Maybe things can be a little bit easier for us.
So how prevalent is early marriage in our society?
Lately, early marriage has been a little bit problem. Even since January, maybe to now, we might have 60% rate of people who were forced or who are into early marriages right now.
So what do you think with the potential consequences of these marriages?
Some of the consequences can be health risks, due to maybe premature pregnancy. One can end up having other problems, maybe during childbirth, and also limited education. One cannot finish his or her education in time. Other things are also economic dependence.
Okay. So with how does the culture or family pressure influence these early marriages decisions?
This can lead to people can be forced to conform to traditional norms. Maybe we should give an example. Okay, for example, in those traditional norms, mapezekana kuti maybe msikana kapena mnyamata akuchoka kovinidwa, then they are forced to fulfill a certain tradition called sasafumbi. Then mapezekana kuti maybe mmene kuchakuwa akapanga zinthu zija, maybe they were too excited, then end up getting married early. So this is also another pressure that traditional norm gives to early marriage.
So what role does poverty or financial instability play in early marriages here in Malawi?
It drives families to marry off their daughters for financial security. So since maybe the family doesn't have much money and they are owing another odd money, then they can be forced to give that daughter if the man who was what? Okay. they can be forced to give their daughters to one who they have taken maybe some loan or whatever. Then the man can decide to say that I should marry your daughter and child. Then maybe the daughter will be 15 or 16 years, and they don't have another choice. They just have to accept it for them to be maybe free from that money debt.
So wait, how does education affect these early marriages or impact these early marriages?
There are a lot of positive effects of education on reducing early marriage. Such are delayed marriages. In case that education delayed girl marriages, as they focus on education issues.
They spend more time on education.
Yeah. Other than concentrating into early marriages. And the other effect is that education also empowers economic in such a way that it enhances earning potential, reducing dependence on marriage for financial security. It also mobilizes social in such a way that it exposes individual to diverse perspectives, social networks, and opportunities.
Okay. So how can early marriage affect a person's emotional well-being?
Early marriage can lead to depression, as I had said earlier, anxiety, as well as relationship challenges due to communication, compatibility issues, and also coping mechanism in such a way that supporting networks end up being a problem to those who are emotionally depressed.
So what are common relationships challenges faced by early marriage couples? Early married couples. I think it is. So what do you think are the common relationship challenges faced by these early married couples?
Early married couples can face a lot of problems, such as communication breakdown. Effective communication is the foundation of successful marriage. So early marriage couples often struggle with different types of problems, such as different communication styles, maybe because they didn't know each other well. And also unexpressed emotions, misunderstandings, as well as lack of active listening. Not only that, there are also other problems like financial stress. Since early marriage brings together two financial histories, spending habits and goals. So these can be challenged as a result into financial priorities, budgeting disagreements, and other things.
Okay.
Coping with stress and pressure in early marriages requires a lot of effort as well as commitment for the marriage to work. And some of the tips that one should follow are communication strategies such as active listening, being able to hear each other's parts of a story. Maybe there have been a little bit misunderstanding about other things. So one needs to be interpreted for him or her to get the point what the other person was talking about. And the other thing is expressing emotions, sharing feelings openly as well as honestly, and clarifying expectation, like discussing roles, responsibilities as well as boundaries for the relationship to work. And the other thing is stressing management techniques, like exercise together, maybe doing other things like exercising for people to maybe come a bit closer to each other. Relaxation methods like practicing meditation and other things, hobbies and interests doing together, and other things and other technique things that one can be able to manage his or her stress. And one can also be able to manage stress by supporting each other emotionally, like acknowledging and respect each other's feelings, understanding each other, as well as support network, maybe surrounding yourself with loving families as well as friends, at least to make the stress go so quickly.
So how communities can prevent child marriages?
Communities can prevent child marriages by doing awareness campaigns as well as economic empowerment for girls and women. Also strengthening laws and policies so that girls should be able to finish their schools and to fulfill their careers. As well as community engagement and involvement throughout the community, as well as supporting the vulnerable families so that those children should not be able to miss the chance of going to school, and as a result ending up leading to early marriages.
That's it? So what support systems are available for those affected?
The systems can be counseling as well as therapy services, education and vocation trainings, economic support and empowerment programs, legal aid and advocacy, as well as self-shelters and refuge services. These are some of the systems that support the early marriages to those who are affected.
Okay, so what are some effective strategies for preventing these early marriages here in Malawi?
Comprehensive sex education is also the first strategy that people can prevent early marriages, as well as empowering girls through education and skills training.
What do you think are some effective strategies for preventing these early marriages here in Malawi?
Some of the strategies that early marriages can be prevented. Okay. Some of the strategies some of the effective strategies for preventing early marriages in our country is community-based strategies. For example, in education as well as an awareness by organizing workshops, campaigns, as well as community meetings to raise awareness about the risks of early marriages. Another example is that to engage community leaders by involving traditional and religious leaders to advocate against early marriages. Another example is also by supporting girls' education in such a way that encouraging girls to stay in school and providing scholarship for financial support. Also empowering girls to teach life skills, confidence building, as well as self-assertion techniques. The last example of community-based strategy is family involvement. By educating parents as well as guardians about the risks and the consequences of early marriages. Policy and the legislative strategy is also another strategy for preventing early marriages in Malawi. For example, by strengthening laws. Laws that can prohibit early marriages for those people that are under 18, as well as policy reforms by developing as well as implementing policies supporting girls' education and protection. Another example for policy and the registration strategy is birth registration. By ensuring birth registration, by ensuring birth registration to verify age and prevent underage marriages. Economic empowerment strategy is also another strategy for preventing early marriages in Malawi. For example, by providing economic support such as financial assistance, vocational trainings, as well as entrepreneurship opportunities. By also, another example of economic empowerment strategy is microfinance programs by offering microloans and savings program for girls and women. Social and cultural strategy is the other strategy for preventing. It's not preventing.
Effective strategy for preventing preventing
early marriage in our country. For example, by changing social norms. Change social norms is the first example for social and cultural strategy. By challenging harmful cultural practices as well as promoting positive values. Another example can be media campaigns by using media to raise awareness and promote positive role models. Using the media. And the other one is community engagement, like by organizing community events, promoting girls' rights and empowering their rights. Not only that, we also have health and well-being strategies. For example, by reproductive health education, in such a way by providing comprehensive sex education and access to health care, by also mentoring health support to offer counseling as well as psychosocial as well as support for victims of early marriages. Healthcare access is also another example for health and well-being strategies. by ensuring access to healthcare services for girls as well as women.
Yeah, so I think international cooperation, it can be also the one of the effective strategies for preventing these marriages. They can partner with organizations working to prevent early marriages. For example, they can also grow advocates, participate in international campaigns and advocacy efforts. They can also exchange effective strategies and experience with other countries like maybe Mozambique, Tanzania, even Zambia. So, Whitney, what can be the resources which are available for those who are affected by these early marriages?
Some of the resources for those affected by early marriages can be counseling services. By talking to trusted counselors who can provide emotional support and guidance, such as UNICEF counseling programs for child brides.
I think the other resources, another resources can be education and skills training. For example, they can learn new skills to gain independence and confidence. For example, apply in the international vocation training programs.
Not only that, Legal Aid can also be one of the resources for those affected by early marriages. By getting help from lawyers and the advocates to understand rights and the options. For example, Women's Legal Resources Center in Malawi.
I think the other resources can be health services. For example, they can access medical care and support for physical and mental well-being.
Resource groups can also be one of the resources for those who are affected by early marriages. Support group. Okay. By connecting with others who have experienced similar situations. Maybe Girls Not Brides global network of support groups. This can also be one of the
example
of supporting groups.
So, my friend, what do you think is the ideal age for marriage?
Legal age is also an important factor. Since most countries set as a minimum age for one to get married is 18. However, personal growth and individual development should be also prioritized by allowing time for self-discovery, education, and personal growth.
Continue. Inclusive
decision making. Inclusive decision making can be also one way of balancing, in such a way by involving diverse stakeholders to decision-making processes, also to consider multiple perspectives as well as needs, and lastly by prioritizing inclusive and the social cohesion.
Okay, so I think education and awareness can help us to balance. I'm saying this because we can educate about cultural significance and history, and we can also by raise awareness about modern society challenges, and also promote cultural sensitivity and empathy.
Yeah, in short, also the most very very embarrassing keys can also be family as well as social structures, education and personal development, economic empowerment and cultural preservation, and healthy as well as the readiness of practices, including human rights and social justices. Such can also be some of the ways of balancing cultural tradition with modern society needs requirements.
So I think lastly, it can be integration and innovation. By integrate traditional values with modern practices, and by innovate solutions that honor cultural heritage, and also by encourage creative problem solving. So yeah, by doing this, I think we can try to balance cultural traditions with modern society needs. So what message would you give or advice to young people considering early marriage outside their even can be in the communities or somewhere here in Malawi?
Okay, my message is not that long. Okay, I just advise that as those young people, girls and boys, as they are navigating the journey of life, they should remember that their choices today shape their future as well. And early marriages may seem appealing, but they should also consider some potential consequences such as limited education and careers opportunities, financial instability and dependence, and emotional and physical health challenges, reduced autonomy and independence, as well as potential for domestic violence and abuse. Even though there are such consequences, but they must also be able to consider their dreams as well as aspirations. So my questions on it is done. Okay. Besides those consequences, they must also consider their dreams as well as aspirations, and they should be able to ask themselves questions like, are you achieving your goals? And also they should consider their education, is it complete or ongoing? They should also be able to consider their emotional readiness. Like, are you prepared for lifelong commitment? And your financial stability. Can you support yourself and a family? Also, they should also consider their support systems, and they should also ask themselves, like, do you have a strong network? So that their life should at least have a meaning.
So people, young people outside there, especially the girls, please wait, reflect, and choose wisely. Marriage is a lifelong communication. Ensure you are ready and communicate openly with your partners and family, and consider counseling or mentorship. Also remember you have your happiness and your so this is the max of today's program. Thank you, Waiting.